Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We have a room full of guests here today with you to discuss scoring the players. I've got myself, we've got Fordy there, we've got Ramsey there, we've got Johnny, Harry. Liam is also here, but he's on the floor hungover to take part. He's hungover. So yeah, welcome everybody. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. This is scoring the players, which will be interesting with some of us. Quite a few of us here. There's 5 of us in this video. We'll might agree or disagree, but yeah, do please play along in the live chat. We are proudly sponsored by OneFootball. The link is in the description for that, which keeps you up to date. It has all the stats on Newcastle's thrilling 3-3 draw with Manchester City today. So have a look at it. There is the link in the description for that. So please do. Right, just before we crack on, Fordy, I'll come to you with that. How was that as just as general as a game?
Start to finish, had everything that you needed
in the game. In the make.
Controversy, it had goals, it had worldy goals, it had everything that you would want in a Sunday thriller.
Love it, absolutely love it. Yeah. Ramsey, how did you find that?
What a game, what a match! All right, when Gundogan put them 1-0 up after, do you know what it reminded me of? 2019 when Aguero scored after 1 minute. The one we rallied back to win 2-1 Matt Ritchie. It was a bit like that. I remember when Aguero scored in 2019, I was up out of my seat and I was like, seeing a while, boys. I was nearly up the road back to Fenham. But similar story today, but we rallied, didn't win. What an attacking performance for the first hour. Unbelievable.
Is that where you live, Fenham?
That's where I used to live.
All that money. Johnny, how did you find the game?
Surreal, really. It had a bit of everything, didn't it? It was a Super Sunday game for sure when you look back at the highlights. But again, I think I'm a little bit disappointed at 3-1 up that we didn't manage to win. But overall, look, if someone offered me a point before the game, happily would have taken it. But what an incredible performance. It was absolutely brilliant in terms of the work rate of the team today. You couldn't have asked for any more. You couldn't have had a bad word to say about the players today.
Harry, how was it for you?
It's fantastic, emotional roller coaster. You never know what's going to happen. It was absolutely brilliant. I thought to a man we were absolutely superb today. Excellent game. Probably genuinely one of the best I've seen. It was brilliant.
Yeah, we've got the match reaction coming very shortly, and we've got the last word coming later on tonight as well. So stay tuned for that a little bit later. But yeah, let's get cracking with it, shall we? A good one to start off with, yeah, Fordy. Tell us how Nick Pope got on today.
Nick Pope, England's #1. That's all you need to know.
Why is he #1? Why should he be?
No, he's had an absolute worldie of a game. To be fair, kicking could be improved upon, but apart from that, like some really fantastic saves, some top draw saves, and again, to go 1-0 down so early on, like you guys said, and then just to put it back and just command this area. It's just good to have him in goal. Like, I still think that Dubravka's still got a future here at the club, but to have Nick Pope between the sticks, he's definitely got to get 8 out of 10 for me, minimum, bare minimum. Even though he came from Burnley, he's done all right. But
8 out of 10. How many saves did he make today?
Oh, Seven.
7.
Harry's found Harry.
No, 7 saves. So you can give him as many extra as you want.
Don't let him talk.
You've got that from the OneFootball app, haven't you?
I have indeed. Check out in the link in the description.
See what we've done there. Fantastic. The stat man in the corner there. Steve's put a nice donation, $5. Steve, you don't have to. You're part of the channel, man. The watch along was so much fun to do. Wow. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what the goal celebrations with Steve are like, because we've all seen it that he likes to have shots and bring out some plastic guns and whatever Steve gets up to on the watch along. It's his show effectively, so I'm sure it'll be entertaining. But we'll carry on, Ramsey, with Nick Pope. Are you agreeing with that scoreline?
I thought you were going to give a Trippier there. I was going to wax lyrical about him, but yeah, Nick Pope. Yeah, like Fordy said, yeah, he did well. There was again, like Johnny said, there wasn't too many saves, which I think has to come down to the rest of credit the rest of the team, but. Yeah, I think he there was one in the first half. I can't remember who played a lazy back pass, but Foden was nearly in. But Pope was out quick as anything, quick like a cat, and cleared it, or he swallowed up, whichever one it was. But yeah, it's just nice to have such an alert keeper. Like Fordy was saying, it's a bit harsh on Dubravka, who I did see driving home, actually. It looked a bit sad. But it is good that, yeah, it's a bit harsh on him maybe, but he is an upgrade. Pope is a good goalie. He's been in the England squad regularly for the last 5 years. So, yeah, it's nice to have safe pair of hands between the sticks, isn't it?
It is. And look, you had a couple of blocks, didn't you, Johnny? And I mean, what would you score him as well? We're trying to get an average score here between everybody.
Taking the fact he conceded 3, and to be honest, he couldn't have really done anything about the 3 goals. At the minimum, I would have given him as a 9. Minimum.
Wow.
Because unbelievable saves. Like that one-on-one with Haaland. You probably expect Haaland to score. It was nearly as similar to the goal he scored against West Ham. He's kept us in this game, and he's certainly worked his arse off to get a point today. He deserves at least a 9.
Johnny was trying to get in your head and saying how many saves did Pope make. He thought he was going to give him a 6 out of 10 or something.
Oh,
Goes ahead and gives him a full 9.
Yeah.
I think he's blown his load already, though, to be fair, to give him 9 out of 10.
Are you joking? He literally, yes, he conceded 3 goals, but he's not saving the first one. The second one, he didn't see it because it was already in the roof of the net by the time he did get a chance to see it. And the third one, are you expected to save a shot like that? No, let's be honest. He might get one every now and then, but not when you're playing Man City like that. So, no, it deserves at least a 9 out of 10. Guardiola's just giving him praise. We know nothing about football. Guardiola does.
So, 40, you're saying, what, an 8, Ramsey, what you saying?
I'll give an 8 as well.
And Johnny's going 9. Go on, Harry, what are you going
I
to
think
score?
I'll go 9. I was really impressed with him. His command of the box was excellent today. Like, his command of the box levels clear of Dubravka for me. And he's sweeping up those balls in front of Haaland 3 or 4 times today. Did it, I think, to Foden as well. Excellent performance for me.
So I'm going to put it as 8.5 then, because a couple of years are saying 8, a couple of years are saying 9. I'm going to sit on the fence on this show so I don't get absolutely hammered in the live chat because I'm bottling it. So yeah, you can pick on the lads who are in the studio here. So go on average 8.5 out of 10. Be interesting to see what happens with the World Cup. Will Southgate actually look at Pope a little bit more closely, or will he go with T-Rex arms? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Move on to Kieran Trippier. Go on then, 40. Start us off.
Kieran Trippier over the wall. That's got to be 10 out of 10. Is that all right? Is that all right for you, Johnny boy?
Look, I'm not getting in your head. Okay.
You're already living there rent free, mate. Rent free.
Mate, all I do is speak facts, mate. Don't worry about that.
Oh, here we go. Miguel Almirón fan club over there, boy. Yeah, it's got to be 10 out of 10, surely. Like, captain, fantastic. Scores a worldly free kick. Lucky not to get a red card. But yeah, fantastic game. 10 out of 10 for me. You know, that's what you want from your captain. You know, stepping up for a free kick, worldly free kick, top bins. What more can you say?
Okay, I'll play devil's advocate for the neutrals out there. So you're giving a 10 out of 10 for a defender who's just conceded 3 goals. And look, I'm playing bad cop here, everybody. It's not that I'm agreeing. But
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Bad cop, Ramsey, would you give a defender 10 out of 10 if they've conceded 3 goals?
Maybe not 10 out of 10 because 10 out of 10 is perfection, all right? If he goes in, bags a hat-trick, keeps a clean sheet, maybe. But 9 out of 10, absolutely. I thought Trippier was unbelievable today. I mean, that's 3 free kicks now. And he played. How many games he played for? About 10. Like he's been injured for 2 or 3 months. Unbelievable. And he's proven that Croatia goal was not a fluke. That free kick. He's banging them in regularly for us. And not only that, but even defensively, like even a corner kicks, he was marking Erling Haaland, who's like a solid foot above him. And yeah, he barely gave him a sniff. He was unbelievable. He's just nice to have such a steady, composed footballer at playing right back. It's not like Javi Manquillo. No disrespect, but I mean, Trippier wants the ball. His first touch is so silky. He's one of these where fullbacks are a failed centre back or a failed winger. Trippier was clearly a winger as a kid. He's just got talent.
I think he was actually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's unbelievable. And even though he's getting on now, I've heard some people back in Ireland now saying that he's in his 30s now. He's finished. He's past. That's why he's at Newcastle. That's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Tripper's. I've been so impressed with him since he's come to Newcastle. Unbelievable. I knew he was a good player, but I didn't actually think he was this good. So, yeah, give him a score. Give him 9 out of 10. Unbelievable.
Wow. 10s and 9s. Wow. Well, Trippier used to play for Man City. So you would have enjoyed that moment, Johnny. And what a free kick it was. What, would you score him that high?
I'd probably go the same about, I don't know what the boys are going to 9. I'll go 9. But I thought the free kick was unbelievable. Against Edison on his side, by the way. It's not like it's the other side where you kind of trust the ball. It's on his side. That's a really, really difficult technique, and to put it right in the stanchion, yeah, unbelievable. But I have to be honest. I think defensively, it was a really good battle between him and Phil Foden in terms of what can Foden do. Because when I looked at that three, Foden, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva, saying, "This is going to be an interesting test for our defense." But I thought Trippier kept Foden as quiet as he could. I think there was times Foden did manage to get past our defense, but on the whole, I thought Trippier was superb. He'd probably be thinking, how have we conceded 3 and only got a point? But it is what it is. But yeah, fantastic captain's performance.
Got a very interesting comment coming here for you, Harry. It's coming from United, E92, that is Newcastle. You all need to calm down with these ratings. 10 out of 10 for Trippier, 9 out of 10 for Pope. Are we going a little bit over the top here?
No, because we've just drawn with one of the best teams in the world, and we were beating them, and we were all over them for the first half. We were all over them. We can be proud of our performance. So, all right, we've conceded, and we are on the defence, and we've conceded 3 times. But attackingly, we were superb. Trippier going forward was excellent. He scored one of the goals of his life today. Incredible. Nick Pope was commanding, and he was excellent. I don't think you can really blame him for any of the goals, and he's made 7 saves. And I think as we'll continue to see, Newcastle to a man were just excellent today. We have conceded 3, but look at the team we're playing against. Worth hundreds of millions of pounds. I don't know how much it's worth. It's that ridiculous. So listen, you got to add a bit of context to it, really. And Kieran Trippier, for me, I'd say 9 out of 10. Superb. Again, that tactical foul to take De Bruyne out, I think, is excellent. And I know it's a risk, and I don't think it was a red card at all. Off topic, but I think the referee was awful today. But Kieran Trippier, just that know-how, and he's such a leader in the team. And his free kick was superb. On the ball, excellent. Dealt with Foden really well. I didn't think Foden was in the game at all, really. And yeah, excellent performance.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for Kieran Trippier. I believe you've got to shoot off, haven't you, Harry? Is that right?
I do, yes. So
do you want to give us a quick score for Fabian Schär? You can start it off.
I give him 7.5 because I think his passes in the second half were quite sloppy. But other than that, he was great. So
we'll start with Fabian Schär. We're going to do a shuffle, so we'll say that in a second. So far, Pope and Trippier are scoring very, very high. As Harry leaves us, he'll probably get lost in the building on his way out. So good luck, Harry. He'll probably be WhatsApping us. But yeah, we'll begin with Fabian Schär. 40. Would you agree with Harry's scoreline?
Yeah, I just think he got bullied a little bit today, Fabian Schär. Looked a bit unnervy. At the back, I think the pairing did as it goes as a pairing. Obviously, looked a bit unnervy, but obviously no worldies from him today. So I'd have to go with a 7.5. That's the 1 or 2 markdowns that I would have in the team. The centre half pairing didn't look as firm as could be.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just putting some of the comments out. I'm like literally having to multitask by running 2 computers, the cameras, and this live chat as well. You should do some more live videos, Ramsey. You can see the good fun in it.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it reminds me of the radio station days back in 2019. That was good fun, wasn't it? We're missing a bit of Rob Huns though, in it.
Oh gosh,
shout out Rob wherever he is.
We've got Johnny for that now. What did you score, Fabian Schär?
Fabian Schär, I thought it was absolutely shocking today. I'd go for about
that
2 out of 10. Say it was one of his worst performances in Newcastle shirt. Nah, just jokingly. I got you there.
I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
No. I thought he played well. Good solid 8 out of 10. Yeah. Like 40 says, yeah, it'd be nice to see a 30-yard banger, wouldn't it, the last minute? But I can't do it every week. No, I thought he was absolutely fine today. He was good. He dealt with the Man City attack pretty well. Thought he was looked pretty comfy on the ball. Yeah, thought he was all right. I'd give him an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Yeah, great to see Beth in the live chat. I hope you're doing all right, Beth. I hope you're coping all right and everything. So nice to see you in the live chat. Johnny.
Yes.
Fabian Schär.
It was actually a really interesting battle between Schär, Botman, and Haaland. And I think you could tell Haaland was kind of looking towards the Schär side of things rather than the Botman side of things. I think it was weird because you never saw Fabian Schär bring the ball out and look for one of these sprayed passes because he normally would get a lot more time on the ball. I think defensively, it was a test for him. How well did he do? He did okay. Considering who he's up against, we're talking about Haaland, yeah, unbelievable striker. I actually felt him and Botman as a pair actually works better. I think there was that argument. Yeah, I think when you're seeing when Newcastle play teams not at the level of Man City, I think you'll see it more clearly that I think them two will actually be a really good partnership in the future. But in terms of today, did you get 7.5?
I gave 7.5.
I'd probably have gone for 7. So 7.5 is nothing much in that. So, but I didn't think he was outclassed. Is the only thing
I wouldn't say he's
there.
outclassed, but I still think the pairing of Schär and Burton look better than Schär and Botman today. And look,
but they played more games together, haven't they?
Teams.
They've played more games together, Schär.
Yeah, of course.
Schär and Burton, but
it looked more natural than 2-2 together.
It's a healthy debate. It's going to be interesting to see when Matty Target comes back. What does he do? I think Botman will go back to the bench personally. That's what I think will happen. But obviously, they can't really read too much into with the Tranmere game coming up because we know it's going to be a totally different, possibly a whole different 11 for the Tranmere game. But we'll move to his partner. Please do keep your comments in. We'll keep displaying them. Sven Botman.
Yeah, same with Schär. Really, like I think Allan got the better of him a couple of times. He looked a bit unnervy. We seem to be doing this thing from the back where, you know, we go short, we play it to either Botman or Schär, like in the area, and that just unnerves me. Like I don't know about you guys, but I just feel a bit. So I don't know. I prefer, as I said before, I preferred Burn next to Schär. I don't know if he seems more calming at the moment. Maybe Botman needs to, acclimatise to the league more, get used to it. All the rest of it doesn't help when you're going up against fucking Haaland, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
40, you got to trust him. You got to learn to trust Newcastle defenders now.
I can't trust
this isn't Andy O'Brien and Titus Bramble anymore, right?
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, we've seen through those days. God, those are the days. But yeah, he's got to get a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, and a good comment come here from Leroy. Ramsey says some mad comparisons like Haaland looked surprised, blow up doll, safety shot, etc.
Well, wait for tomorrow's video, yeah.
But yeah, carry on the theme with Botman.
Yeah, so 46, you said 7.5. I'd still, same as Schär, I'd give him an 8. I thought he was decent. He was good. He was, yeah, like you got to learn to trust these ball playing defenders, 40, all right? It's not like the old days with Cassapa at the back. Yeah, no, I thought he was good. He was all right. Interestingly, that you think he'll be dropped for Burn when Target comes back.
I think because he started the season with those two, and I think he will drop to the bench, Botman, unless he keeps Stan Burn at left back of Matty Target's fit, but I just cannot say that. Yeah,
no, it's an interesting one. And it's good to have actual competition at centre back these days, 3 top centre backs trying to vie for the 2 places. But yeah, no, I thought he was good. He was, yeah, give me 8 out of 10. There was no real mistakes in there. He dealt with Allan pretty well. Yeah, give me 8 out of 10.
Johnny.
Botman for me made an unbelievable block in the first half, which I don't think any of you have mentioned, where he didn't do well to clear the ball out when it came into the box. But I think it was going to be Gundogan again who was going to score. What an incredible block that was in the first half. I think I felt he was okay. I didn't think he was super, super brilliant or really, really outclassed by what he was up against. He looked almost comfortable in terms of who he was up against, not in the sense that he was comfortable with Haaland. I just felt like he wasn't that much of a downgrade on what Manchester City were. But look, young lad, welcome to the Premier League. Welcome to the Premier League, Sven. The last 2 games he's played, Brighton and Man City. I know Brighton aren't in the same league as Man City, but they're a very, very good football team. He's going to learn a lot, and I think the fact that if he can get that partnership with Schär going, you'd like to think that they can form a really good partnership going forward. And I'd like to think that we'll get the £35 million worth out of Sven Botman that we paid for. And I thought he was going to score in the second half, and that corner came in, and it came back to Botman on his left foot. Go on, put it in the net, put it in the net. But I agree with the lads. Again, 7 or 8. Was he better than Schär? Maybe marginally for that block, so I'll go 8 out of 10 for Sven Botman today.
So we'll give him a 7.5 then.
Yeah.
Since 2 years going 8 out of 10. I just want to ask us before we move on to Dan Burn is that, we've conceded, I know I'm playing bad cop here, but we have conceded 3 goals. And that's Manchester City before he's all shoot me down, but scoring the defenders incredibly high here. So are we saying that nobody's at fault for any goals?
I think first goal, you would probably have to look at maybe Schär and Trippier because there is a gap there. Second goal, I haven't seen the second goal, but again, Haaland in space 6 yards out. I'd be wondering why is that the case. Third goal, you just got to put your hands up and say, what a ball by Kevin De Bruyne. You just got to say, look, some will argue that Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the world on form right now. And I think that's a very good argument. He's certainly the best player in the Premier League, in my opinion.
If you were being harsh with the third goal, would you say that Trippier was the one who was keeping Silva onside?
Again, I understand your point of view, but sometimes you just got to appreciate that pass, that run, that finish. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt there because it's just such a good assist by Kevin De Bruyne. And like from a neutral point of view, if I was a neutral, I should say, I'll be going, whoa, unbelievable. But I think I'd be asking questions for the second goal. Why is Haaland by himself 6 yards out?
Yeah, no, it's valid. I wanted to bring that point up. Okay, there's a Dan Burn who was up against Bernardo Silva. When I seen that in the layups, I think, oh, yeah, we'll go Dan Burn. 6'7", not the greatest. Thinking like a daddy long leg. I don't know why I'm giving that comparison. But you do, don't you? It's huge. He
has long legs
against Bernardo Silva. And I was a little bit tad worried about it. But Fody, how do you think you handled Bernardo Silva? Yes, Silva did score, but overall,
I think he kept him quite quiet. To be fair, like obviously Bernardo Silva did score, but he had to kind of drift across and all the rest of it. But I think he had a good game. To be fair, makeshift left back. It's not his natural position. Obviously, he doesn't bomb on forward, does he? Dan Burn, he's not one of them. Like, he's not an Andy Robertson left back, is he? But I think he had a relatively good game, and he's the better out of the last three that we've mentioned previously before, or last two, sorry, previously mentioned before. So I'd say he's like more of a 7.5, 8.
It's interesting. Jane Atlanta says that Dan Burn was the worst out of the back four today. Although you still scores him high, but he was the worst out of a good bunch. Would you go along with that, Ramsey?
Burn versus Bernardo is an interesting battle, but it's very easy to say he's the worst out of the back four. He's playing out of position. Like I know he's a centre back slash left back, I guess, on his CV, I suppose. But no, he is definitely a centre back. Look at the height of him. I mean, how many left backs these days are scrape their ceiling scrape their head on the ceiling? He is huge. Like we look at the modern day fullback, they're small and nippy, but like Trippier or like you said, Andy Robertson. So. Yeah, I mean, considering he was out of position against Manchester City, I thought he did well. He's never going to be that type of left back who's bombing down, whipping in, 40, crosses onto Calabuz's head. Like, for what he did, he was solid. And yeah, if you think about it, like you're up against Bernardo Silva, who is small, low center of gravity, an unbelievable five-a-side player, let's say, could easily slot into, that Barcelona team with a Guardiola. And considering Burn is like... You would think an ungainly, tall, you would think clumsy to look at him, but I thought he handled him very well. Like on paper, Bernardo Silva should have absolutely made mincemeat of Dan Burn. Like I'm a pretty small footballer, when I'm on the 11-a-side pitch and I see a massive lanky fella, I'm like, oh, I'm having my way with him, this fella. But no, Burn did well.
Johnny doesn't agree with you there. He's doing well.
I'm like Saint-Maximin, isn't it? 10 on my back. No. But no, Burn, I thought he did fine. He was out of position, 7.5. He's never going to be as natural as the other lads because this isn't his, he's a centre back at heart. But I thought he absolutely fine. 7.5, absolutely.
40, what did you score? 7.5. Johnny, you've got the... Well,
I'll go with 7.5. I think it's a tad harsh to say he was by far the worst defender today. When he's
I think Jay is just saying he's the worst out. Not the worst, but he's not as high as us.
Yeah, again, I think that's a tad harsh. I think I'll take Ramsey's point. He's out of position. I know he's played left back for Brighton a few times before he came to Newcastle, but he's ideally a centre half. And again, my question will be: did Bernardo Silva really have the beating of Dan Burn when he was running at him? Like, I don't think it was that. Like, he came across on his left foot and really put Newcastle into a lot of bother. Especially in the second half, where I think that was when you thought, well, might tire out here because Man City had a lot of the ball. But no, I'm okay with Burns' performance today. Took a whack to the head right at the end as well. Felt so sorry for him, but probably saved the team. He literally did because it killed the game a little bit. Like it was
Sven Botman who kicked
it. It was Sven Botman who kicked it off him. But no, I think Burn was fine. Hopefully he's okay, but for next week. But yeah, considering who he's up against, I thought he did okay again.
It was like Ali Bernard, wasn't it?
Yeah, Robert and Bernard all over again.
Yeah, that was great. Robert and he took his head off, did he? It was a Charlton away, I think, wasn't it? Burn 7.5 says Bravo. Got Bravo's lineup there, the back five. Pope 9, Trippier 9, Schär 7, Botman 6.5 to 7, Burn 7.5. So most are agreeing. There's a couple who are saying that we're being a little bit generous, but most are agreeing, which is great. Jay's gone out to say it's me versus the boys. All good, because he don't agree with his scoreline. But we'll move on to the midfield. 40, you rave about him. Bruno Guimarães.
Oh, mate, this guy, oh my God, I'm so glad he's playing in black and white for now. What a performance. I mean, I almost thought he was going to get a red card by 30 minutes, getting a yellow card so early on, wrongfully so as well, especially when he got strangled like 2 minutes before. But, you know, dictates the play, gives it his all, you know, G's up the crowd as well after flipping a cross block in the corner flag. He's done it all, like box-to-box midfielder. I'm running out of things to say for him. He's that good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we didn't have Trippier on the pitch, I'll strap the flipping captain's armband on him now. Like, even if he can't speak a word of English, just he leads by example. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for me, again, Jay from Atlanta might be saying that we're...
What was that?
Jay from Atlanta is saying that we're giving out 2 easy scores, but he's definitely... Had
a minute. I'm bad at impressions, but that was awful.
No, you are really bad at impressions. Do your London accent. Go on.
Newcastle.
No, see what I'm saying?
Clinton from London.
I'm saying 9.5, and the only reason I'm saying 9.5 because Johnny might jump down my neck, and I'm saving 10 for Maxi. So spoiler alert. So yeah, 9.5.
Spoil the whole thing now.
Well, Ramsey then 9.5. Are you following suit?
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice swan song for Bruno because according to 40, he's off to Real Madrid next week, so it was nice of him to bow on a high. And
soon.
Yeah, like, absolutely brilliant, Bruno. He's ridiculous. He is the statement of intent. Like, it would have been so easy for the Newcastle owners to go out and copy Man City and go for a Robinho, which, by the way, would be Eden Hazard these days. You know, washed up mercenary for the money. But instead, we went out there and we signed an actual
baller.
Yeah, baller, like a coveted in his prime, 24 years old. So glad he chose us over Arsenal. Absolutely unbelievable footballer. And I actually think he will be the captain when Newcastle United win the Premier League. Ooh, I'm putting that out there now.
Okay.
He's that young. He's that young. He's 24. Give it 5 years, be 29. Yeah, I think
he's still going to be in 5 years' time.
I think so because we're Newcastle are the team to go to. 40. You've seen the atmosphere today.
When we make our 5th signing for Watford or Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's early doors. I mean, Man City signed Craig Bellamy when they first got taken over after Robinho. Like
after Robinho, after they got the big money.
Yeah, but it takes time though. Honestly, I think Bruno's going to stay. Like, listen, he will not be more worshipped than any other club. And if he goes to Real Madrid, he's going to be in and out of the team. Newcastle, like, absolutely worship him.
But we worship everyone, to be fair.
I'm staying out of this Newcastle Real Madrid debate.
No, he's not going to Madrid. He's going to stay here.
I hope he does.
In 5 years, Newcastle's going to win the Premier League. He's going to be the captain. He'll be speaking fluent English by then, hopefully. So
fluent Geordie as well.
Trust me. He is going to go down as not only a Newcastle club legend, but a Premier League legend as well. It's a bit like when David Silva. I always say this: David Silva. He could have left Man City after 2 years, got fed up. He could have gone to Real Madrid or Barcelona, but he stayed. And he became an absolute legend, didn't he? He has a statue outside the ground, and I think that's going to be the same for Bruno. I think give it a few years, Bruno's going to have a statue outside St. James's.
Hold on. We haven't even got a Kevin Keegan statue. We even got an Uncle Kev statue.
Yeah, but this is new ownership for it. This isn't an ownership that house Allan Schär outside Tesco. This is a proper one. They do things properly.
And again, Amanda and Murder, get an Uncle Kev statue, please. Come on, this guy. Anyway.
I'll have a pint with you outside the Bruno statue in 5 years, yeah? I'll have it with you then.
All right.
But yeah, as for a score, yeah, I'll give him a 9. Give him a 9.
Hold on, all that chatting, he was getting him a 9.
A 9 is really good.
Statues.
I mean, if you
said 9.5, he's talking about statues.
9 out of 10, that's 90%. If I got 90% on an exam, I'd be gassed, and so would you, packet school, all right? So take it. 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Can I put a bit of realism on this league?
Yes, please. Please do.
I'm talking about his performance against Manchester City here, right? We're not talking about Bruno Guimarães winning the Premier League in 5 years of Newcastle. As forward, he's just speaking to Allan Saint-Maximin, saying there's any chance for 10 out of 10. Let's be honest about the game. Should never have been yellow carded early on, after what De Bruyne did earlier on, I should say. But what I did like is that he didn't really lose any of that passion that we talked about when he did get that yellow card. We're thinking, is this going to be a case where he might just, get out of challenges, you know, and not take that challenge for the team. Look at that passion. I think it was in the first half where he won like a 70-30 and he gave it in the strawberry corner as well. But
he knows how to play.
We all know how good he is. I think in terms of today, against a Rodri, against an Ilkay Gundogan, against a Kevin De Bruyne, I thought he was fine. I thought he was good. He was typical of Bruno at St. James's Park. Was he 9.5 worthy? I'm not too sure. I'd probably have gone maybe 8.5. But again, he was very, very good. I just think there was other players better today, in my opinion. As much as I love Bruno, obviously I'd love to give him a statue as well.
You laugh now.
But I think I need to be a bit real about it. You know, he played well, but he was up against some fantastic players.
And he held his own.
Yeah.
He held his own.
I got a question, but Bruno, I want to throw it to the floor. Johan Cabaye, Bruno Guimarães.
Bruno. I know Johan Cabaye's played a lot more games than Bruno has. Bruno was the Johan Cabaye replacement from 10 years ago now.
I think it's still too early to say because he hasn't had a bad run of form yet. I think he's only played about 20 games, 25 games maximum.
Yeah,
I think
he's
on the way.
For me, it's his
I think he gives you more than what Cabaye does, but Cabaye was very consistent. So I think it's a little bit too early for me.
And those Cabaye moments, those free kicks, especially that one against Manchester United. I'm sorry, that still takes something to beat.
Bruno needs to start taking the free kicks.
Yeah, once he takes the ball from Kieran Trippier, then
Cool. So we'll go with 9 then. So Bruno Guimarães will get a 9 out of 10. No statues anytime soon.
Yes, anytime soon.
Because I don't think he's worthy of that. I do agree, Ford. You would do need a Kevin Keegan statue first. So Amanda, Mia, Dad, please get that sorted because the man deserves it. Change the club around. Of course, so Bruno Guimarães gets a 9 out of 10. Moving on to his Brazilian teammate for him, Joelinton.
He's actually
your favorite.
Listen, he's actually worth about 40 million now, as the saying goes. But yeah, he had a good game today. Thank God he didn't get sent off because where's he built up this I don't know, this
aggression,
recklessness, just running around like a shit house. He's a proper shit house on the pitch, isn't he? Just coming through literally just siding through everyone. I think was it after Bruno got fouled, he got a bit of retribution back and took out, is it KDB?
I don't think he lost it as much because the last couple of games he's been pushing all that players.
Yeah, he's been so losing.
He's been switched on this week.
And I'm glad he got it out of his system because in the preseason friendlies, boy, I thought
Solly March, he decked Solly March last week.
Yeah, he's aggressive, but I like it now. He's using it in the right areas. You know what I'm saying? And he can actually play a bit as well. Playing it onto ASM to counter attack and all the rest of it. So yeah, he had a solid game. I'll give him an 8, maybe 8.5. No, let's say 8.
Ramsey.
Yeah, Joelinton always amazes me. Ever since Eddie Howe came to town, I was one of the many people who was like, get Joelinton out when he's a centre forward. Whose idea? I don't know how he was ever bought as a centre forward. He's a fantastic central midfielder.
Wise scouting system.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like if you threw Danny Guthrie up front back in the day. But no, Joelinton, he was good today. Nothing fantastic, I don't think. So I'd give him maybe about a 7, which I think the lowest I've rated the player so far. But he was good, just not
no statue.
No statue for Joe. Well, we'll see. Give it a few years. You never know.
Sure. What else do you want?
Yeah. No, he did all right. He was robust in the field. It was solid. I'd give him a solid 7. It was decent.
Johnny, you're shaking your head, laughing.
I just think he's funny, Ramsey.
That's me.
I just think he's funny. No, Joelinton today. Do you know what? I just love the challenges side of him. He just puts himself in for everything, and the part I've never realized how good him and Bruno are together. And then when you watch him against a side like as good as Man City, you can go, do you know what? They did hold their own today.
Could you imagine when Paqueta joins them as well?
Oh, look, if that happens, but I've never seen Paqueta play football, I have to be honest. I've seen like the tiny bits of clips on YouTube, but I'm not part-timer. I'm not gonna be in the know and say that I've seen Paqueta play since he was like 6. So no, I think going back onto Joelinton, he didn't give any of those Man City midfielders time or respect on the ball, really. And he got ASM into the game as much as possible, because ASM, we'll talk about how he did really well against Kyle Walker, but he tried to give him the ball as many times as he can. But we're never going to see him score goals for Newcastle, really, are we? But in terms of the job that he does, he's absolutely brilliant. He's an enforcer. That's what he is. He just gets the ball and gives it to other people to show how good they are. And sometimes maybe in the long run, we might actually be going, do you know what? That £40 million is money well spent at the end. And he's certainly showing that at the minute. But in terms of performance, I'd give him an 8. I just think in terms of the dirty stuff, he did well, especially that challenge in the 93rd minute. He had to do that challenge. And he had to take that yellow card for the team. Now, that was a yellow card, Jared Gillett. But 8 out of 10 for me.
We'll go with 7.5 then, since you used first. So I was saying 7s. A couple of comments about Paqueta. As you imagine, Steve is in the background. You know what Steve's like.
Yo, Paqueta is amazing, man. Something like that.
Okay.
Hi, Steve.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on?
Hi, Steve. Steve is lurking in the background, literally. But yes, we'll put it back on camera. So Steve, yes, to credit him, he knew about Bruno Guimarães before all of us. I'm sure Paqueta is an absolutely fabulous player as well. So thank you, Steve. Moving on to the third man, Joe Willock, 40.
Yeah.
He did give the ball away early on, but I love that run he did, where I think it was my first chance running by him then. Though.
Yeah. Obviously, out of the 3, I don't think he had the best of performances. Like you said, he gave the ball away a couple of times. Look, that third position in the central midfield is up for grabs. You know, Shelby's out now till end of the year, right? So again, it's between Willock, between Longstaff, between whoever else we get through the door. Did he wow me today? No, not really. But I know what he's got. He's got potential. He's got bags of energy. So again, for me, it's a bit of an average game. The ball the game kind of just passed him by, if I'm being honest. I think it's an average 7, if I'm being honest.
Do you think that's harsh, Ramsey?
What did he really do? Like, come on.
Maybe Tad. In that first half, though, listen, I was looking out for Joe Willock today, because directly before I went into the stadium, a mate from back home, Man United fan, said that we should replace Joe Willock with Ross Barkley. So I was like, no. no. I want Joe Willock to score a goal today. Listen, Joe Willock's a good player. My mate back home said he was an Arsenal reject. No, I'd like to see Ross Barkley score 7 times in a row, which he did under Bruce. Was it 7 or was it? It was 7, wasn't it?
7, yeah.
Something like that. As for the game today, that run in the first half was good. He was. Listen, he was probably the worst of the midfield. Worst, even saying the word worst is a bit harsh, because they were all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd give him maybe 7.5, maybe 7.5. But he was solid enough. I mean, listen, you're up against Man City's midfielders. That is a daunting task for anyone. And I thought he held his own. I give him a 7.5. Yeah,
because you look at Man City's midfield, you've got Rodri, you've got De Bruyne. I mean, De Bruyne's in there as well. Do you know what I mean? Johnny, I'll come to you with Mr. Willock.
Quiet but fine. Didn't make too many errors. Again, I love what you mentioned about that run. Kyle Walker couldn't keep up with him, and Kyle Walker was probably the fastest player in the league.
Not seen ASM.
Well, ASM's up there as well. ASM is certainly up there. But the one thing with Willock, he does bring the ball forward. I think at the minute no one touches those 3 midfielders at the minute. I don't think Sean Longstaff gets in that 3. I don't think Ryan.
It's always going to be Bruno,
not Ryan Fraser, sorry.
And someone else.
No, but
it's always going to be Shelby for me.
It's Shelby or Willock, really. Like, you can't take.
We're not going to say, because the World Cup's November 20th. Yeah. You're not going to say Shelby again until Boxing Day. That's if he's fit.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think for me, unless Willock gets an injury, Willock's going to play every week, and I want him to play every week. At the minute, he suits.
It depends who we get through the door. If we get a Conor Gallagher.
Well, let's be honest, we don't know. At the minute, we've got to just see what we've got. And at the minute, what we've got, Joe Willock at the minute is better than Sean Longstaff. It is between them two at the minute. Again, Sean Longstaff might have an opportunity against Trippier, just not to say, I should be in this team, but just to kind of remind Eddie Howe how good he can be. But I think at the minute, the 3 midfielders, I wouldn't touch them at the minute. I think they work perfectly fine as they are. They all bring something different to the game. And look, I'm fine with that performance today. Sometimes you're going to get performances like that where you just need to be quiet but effective at the right time, and I think he was for that. He was that today. So I'll go with 7.5. The same with same as these two.
We'll go 7 because the first two, Fordy and Ramsey said 7, and Johnny's outvoted by half. But I think that's fine. So 7. It goes to show you, like, the lowest score we've had is 7 so far, which goes to show you how incredible Newcastle's performance is. Again, we've got lots of videos coming up tonight as well, so stay tuned as well.
Match reaction's out.
Match reaction is out. Johnny's just put it out, but we've got the last word coming up later on tonight as well. We'll go on to Miggy, who's your biggest fan, isn't he?
I'm
his biggest fan, I meant. Sorry.
Oh, right, okay. Do you watch Forty Mercy? Did it?
I mean, I am going up against the captain of his fan club, Johnny in the corner. So I've got to be careful of what I say about him. But Mr. Roadrunner, beep beep. Right? He had No, to be fair, look, we all know that Grealish's comments against him. It was nice to see us working in solidarity against Mr. Grealish. He didn't even touch the ball today, did he? Let alone get on the bench.
He wasn't even Newcastle.
was even Newcastle, so it goes to show how much he knew. But a solid performance from Almirón, and it makes a change from the previous 2 games. Obviously had a superb pre-season, but the first 2 games I think he went a bit missing, if I'm being honest. But today stepped up to the plate, got on the score sheet, run whoever he was up against ragged. And again, you know what he brings to the table. He runs. But again, all I've ever said is just that he misses that end product. He misses that selfishness sometimes that ASM has. If you've got a nice, healthy balance between the two, you'd have the superb player that we want and adore. So, Miguel Almirón, 9. 9? Wow. Yeah. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. I'll give him his props when it's due. It's not a lot, but, he had a good game today. He really did, and he's got the score sheet, so, boy. I'd never see the day that 40 would give. Go, flip it up, see? 9. Wow, we never thought 9. Never thought I'd see the day. 9. Ramsey, are you going with that?
Nah, not going 9. 7.5. I'll give him 7.5.
What?
Yeah,
you high?
Nah. Oh, that was not a 9 out of 10 performance from a white forward. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was. Listen, it was.
Hold on, got on the score sheet, ran.
Yeah, you see the goal though? It kind of just hit him on the thigh and went in.
He's got to be there, right?
Yeah, he kind of fell.
You know about goal scoring.
Kind of fell over the ball though. I used my feet. He fell onto it. But listen, a few minutes before that, he blazed one into the crowd. Remember that one?
Listen.
Yeah.
He's just warming up.
He was a live wire. Yeah, a live wire, buzzing around like a bee. But no, that's not a 9. I'm sorry, but that's not a 9 out of 10 performance for a forward. No.
What?
No, Wilfred Zaha yesterday we scored twice against Villa. That was a 9 out of 10.
You've given 8.5s to the centre halves or 7.5s to Kieran Trippier for getting on the score sheet. Miggy gets on the score sheet and you give him a 7.
Yeah, but
you're giving hold on.
It was a clumsy goal and it was really offside.
Even better, you're giving Schär and Botman 7s, yeah, and you're giving Almirón, who scored, ran his socks off, a 7 as well.
I think 7.5. 7.5. So that's still higher than the 2 boys.
So you're giving Schär and Botman higher than
our first. All right, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Is this thing on? Hello. Huh?
I just feel sorry. I feel sorry for all our viewers because we've got to kind of apologise on Ramsey's behalf.
Am I talking crazy here?
You are 7.
Is 7.5 not good for a winger? I thought
he scored. He's not. He didn't have an average game. We just talked about Joe Willock, who had an average game, and he gave him a 7. Almirón scored, ran his socks off, and he said 7.
He ran his socks off. He runs
and scored.
He runs his socks off everything
and scored.
Joe, I'm loving it.
Goal.
Joe, I'm loving it. I've got you being Almirón's biggest defender on the internet today, which is great.
I'm giving his props. He scored.
You're
giving him the same.
I'm also giving him his props. 7.5 is a good score. That's decent. That's 75%.
So a 0.5 more than Willock.
That's 3/4 to a perfect performance. That's good.
A 0.5 more than Willock.
If I can throw my 2 pence in.
We don't need Anthony Joshua. We've got box office right here.
I think I wouldn't have gone as high as 9, but I would have gone about 8.5 because let's be honest, today we saw the good of Miguel Almirón today. We didn't see any real negatives of Miguel Almirón today. What I think really benefits Miguel Almirón is having a right back like Kieran Trippier behind them, because I think just little things like little passes and the pockets of space he can find. He's got Kieran Trippier who can provide that pass, which you saw a couple of times today, particularly in the first half where I can remember one. But I just want Miggy to be a bit more aggressive, be a bit more selfish, and really take the bull by the horns a little bit.
Just regurgitate what I should have said.
No, but
he does agree with me.
Yeah, I do.
There we go. Right.
There is
reason.
No, but the one thing I will say is that flag. I know this is going to sound stupid, right? But I think Miggy seeing that flag. I was actually looking out for Miggy while I was coming out to have a little look, and you can kind of see him kind of going, they've really made a statement here. So I have to say, I thought Miggy was brilliant today. He deserved the round of applause that he got today. It certainly wasn't a 7.5. Certainly wasn't a 10. But I'll tell you what, more performances like that, and he will be a 10.
I think Jack Grealish has done us a favour and absolutely rattled.
Oh, great finish, by the way. Great finish off the bollocks and in.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just great that Jack Grealish is actually eating humble pie. So I had to get that out.
So I guess from rejecting Ireland.
I mean, I know Ramsey, you're not a big fan of people turning nationalities.
Don't get me started on him and Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, and
I'll be here all night.
Half your squad's English anyway. it's like a C squad. Right. So what we're giving them. So that's an average 8.5. Yeah, we'll go 8.5 on Miguel Almirón, who scored, as Johnny says, with his bell end. But the all counts.
The fresh pins of bell end.
Did you give an 8?
8.5.
8.5. So he gave him a 9. I gave him a 7.
Yeah, so
it's about 8.2, Lee, I think.
Yeah,
we'll go 8.
You just discounted.
I think what we're showing is that mean 40 or a little bit.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No.
That pint's gone to your head, mate.
Can't wait for what he's going to say about Maxi.
All my other scores are quite similar to yours, but all right, go on.
Allan Saint-Maximin.
Right.
Go on,
listen.
Take it away.
If I'm not hearing 10 out of 10 out of everyone's mouths, I'm locking off all of these mics. I swear down, look at me, dead face. People, 10 out of 10 performance. I don't care if he didn't go on the score sheet. Listen, hold on. Just checking for Kyle Walker. He might be in it still. Like, he had him in his pocket the whole game, like on toast, every single time. Attack. That's what was missing. Like, tell me something negative about ASM today. Go on. I dare you. 10 out of 10.
Looking at him.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to say. No one's got nothing to say because it's a 10 out of 10 performance. That guy played the game of his life. Like, I think he even tweeted out something about being in the French squad after the game, which he quickly deleted. But, if you're playing like that, you're going to be in the French squad. Like, the Champs, you got to be looking at this guy. Eddie Howe grabbed him after the game. Like you said, Lee, he probably said something along the lines of, like, you've had an absolute worldie say on, paraphrasing, of course. But this guy, literally, it was ASMFC today.
He was absolutely fantastic. And obviously he was getting, praised and criticised for his appearance at the Merit Centre, which is a lovely thing, buying things for disprivileged kids. So I've got nothing wrong with that as well. He's doing it in the right fashion for me. But he's some people might have seen he might be a bit laggy. They would have, what it is, Ramsey, if ASM didn't put that performance in, there would have been people on his back again and would have blamed him for the stuff that he was doing at the Merit Centre.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was even any critics towards the stuff at the Measure Centre. Like you said, it was for disprivileged kids. It's only a good thing. But as for his performance on the pitch, like Forty said, unbelievable. Allan Saint-Maximin is one hell of a talent. I think he's the best one-on-one dribbler in the Premier League. He's a nightmare for defenses, an absolute nightmare. And what a steal it was that we actually managed to sign him when Steve Bruce was here. Like, I'm surprised he came through the door. And what I am surprised is that there's not more big clubs looking at him. Like, I think he had some tentative links with Spurs this summer, but nothing ever came of that. Like,
you've got to tie him down to another deal.
Absolutely, yeah. There's absolutely no way we can let him leave. He's just such a special footballer. Like, I would compare a bit to Hadam Ben Arfa, but he's better than Hadam Ben Arfa.
Again, a lot of the time it actually comes off what you're trying to do. Like, we've had over the years, we've had those sort of players like a Faustino, Asprilla, Hadam Ben Arfa, where they frustrate you, but at the same time, if it does come off, it looks superb. But again, those things are like, it's 50-50. With ASM, it's more like, let's say 80.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what it is? A lot of people don't appreciate him. Like, I went and looked at your interview from yesterday, and if you look down in the comments, the ones that aren't love-hearted.
Which is on Newcastle Fans TV.
Yeah. A lot of people
say, Johnny, I got your back, Johnny. I got your back.
A few people saying, oh, he has no end product. He's not Champions League. Sell him. Ridiculous. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Are you not high?
Saint-Maximin was one hell of a player, and we're lucky to have him at the club. If you put him into a Liverpool team, give him a Jurgen Klopp.
Don't try and get rid of him now.
Absolutely not. No, but Nah, he's ridiculous. Yeah, I'd give him a 9.5.
What?
0.5.
What? No,
0.5.
keep going.
He didn't score 40.
I
all
don't
right.
care.
I'm not giving him a 10 out of 10.
Like what? Did he assist 2?
Well, he got his involvement in all 3, wasn't he?
Yeah, 9.5. 9.5.
Involvement in all 3.
9.5 is very good.
Involvement in all 3.
Yeah, he's 9.5.
Involvement.
If he bangs in a winner in
I'm sorry. I'm
from 30 yards, I'll give him a 10.
Second. I'm getting fouled for the third. Free kick.
I'm just saying, 10 out of 10 means that there's no room for improvement. All right.
What can you do? You assisted all 3 goals. What do you want him to do? Put the flipping gloves on as well?
Score a banging 30-yarder in the top corner.
No, here you go, Trips. Here you go.
9.5 is very good. Okay.
9.5 is very good, but it's very wrong as well. So
Thank
Are you giving it a 10 as well?
It's a 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Oh, Johnny boy, right. See this?
Let me elaborate why it's a 10 out of 10 performance, okay?
First of all, these are both agreeing.
I just want one answer. In your opinion, who is the best fullback in the league right now?
The best fullback in the league.
Yeah.
Cancelo.
I mean, yeah, Cancelo would be up there, wouldn't he?
Cancelo, but okay.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Yeah,
okay. He had him on
I think you just
toes.
said it earlier.
Kyle Walker had him on toes. ASM had Kyle Walker on toes today. If Alan Shearer is saying in his tweets, give the ball to ASM at half time because Kyle Walker can't handle him, I think that shows straight away that you're wrong and it's a 10 out of 10 performance. 2 assists. The first cross is an unbelievable cross. It's pinpoint. It has to be against this Man City team. We're talking margins here, and Miguel Almirón gets on the end of it. The second one, yes, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a simple pass, but it's a pass you expect him to make where Callum Wilson can get on the end of it and score a goal, and it's a great finish. And only ASN in our team can do that sort of run where Man City have to take him down because they are petrified of him. And then you see Kieran Trippier put the ball in the back, and then ASM must be thinking, this is absolutely brilliant. That is why it's a 10 out of 10 performance. I do take your point. He didn't score. He did everything else in that game against the best team on the planet, and that is why he's a 10 out of 10 today.
He was simply sensational one. I think, I was down Brighton last week and it was a different player. He was but this is what you're going to get for. You've mentioned that there before. He's that type where he's just had a worldie today, he's not going to play against Tranmere, but the following weekend, West Ham, you could have a stinker again.
Wolves.
But that's Wolves, sorry. Then Liverpool, then West Ham. It wouldn't surprise you that he has a stinker. That's the criticism that I have, is because it's the consistency he has to bring into his game.
Yeah, you're right. Like, he does need to bring that consistency, but again, just even when he has a mediocre game, he still pulls us out the shit. Like, I remember, until Eddie Howe got here, it was ASMFC. He was literally just winning us games or monumental moments, and he's the one that you pay your money for. You know what I mean? When you've worked hard 9 to 5 or whatever, Monday to Friday, you turn up to a game. When you hear that noise, when you stand off your seat and you hear the seat rattle back, that's who you come to see. Like, he's that box office player. And for me, like, again, had a hand in all 3 goals. How are you not giving him a 10 out of 10? I'm angry with you. What are you doing?
I see.
10 out of 10, go on. Peer pressure. Go on. Change your mind. It's not too late.
I'm not.
Change it. Change it.
I never give any players 10 out of 10. Never.
Let's be honest. Ramsey does talk a lot of sense. He did say Brighton will get relegated this season.
And Leeds. And Brentford.
And Leeds go today.
Yeah. Whoops.
3-0.
Do you want to add anything else to that?
Jesus.
But before, I did say Arsenal get third, all right? And I know everyone is going to change their mind and say Arsenal get third now, all right? I said it from the start, all right?
Well done, you got one right. From 20. Allan Saint-Maximin gets an absolute wallop at 10 out of 10, which is fantastic. His best performance in quite a while. A couple of people in the comments, just to be on the negatives, not tracking back as much, but he is getting better at it. That is the positivity to come from that. He is getting better at it. But Callum Wilson, who comes up next, what a great goal as well.
Yeah, great. Like, fantastic taking goal. Had a good game. Like, obviously, he wasn't ASM levels, but again, still took his goal well. Like, he, for me, has to go to the World Cup. Like, again, outside, obviously, after Harry Kane, he is our best English striker. What are you about? Like, you're right.
Well,
your voice is none and void at the moment. I'm still.
Let's open that up because we've got
much Roma, no?
Because we do have the non-Englishman that's sitting in the room.
Of course he's going to be.
The elephant in the room. Who was the best?
You're going to tell me Callum Wilson had an Irish grandpa.
Who's the best striker after Harry Kane at the moment?
Say it again.
Who's the best English striker after Harry Kane?
I would have said Tammy Abraham. Yeah, that's the time Abraham. Especially working on Jose Mourinho, scoring a lot of goals last season for Roma.
Oh, stop sucking off Mourinho, man. Come on.
I should have worn my Roma pendant today. I'd say Tammy Abraham, but
okay, let me just rephrase that question. Who's the next best English striker after Harry Kane in the Premier League?
He doesn't want to concede defeat, does he?
I'm just trying to scan through them on the head.
Patrick Bamford.
He's still on my foot.
Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney's decent, but he's not.
You love Ivan Toney.
I know, but he's not.
You
Callum
absolutely
Wilson.
love him. Yeah, when he scored yesterday, you did a dance around the pub. Callum Wilson's absolutely up there. He's a fantastic player, and I thought today was great. 8.5 I give him. His hold up play back to goal, brilliant, and the goal outside of his foot. That's such a hard finish, that
Great team goal.
Yeah, unbelievable, and he's a top player. Listen, it's not outlandish to think that he get in the squad. Absolutely not. And Southgate should be looking at him because he's such a. It's nice to have a strong centre forward who can play with his back to goal, and he's a finisher as well.
And he's got a bit of pace about him as well. Like, if we keep him fit for the whole season, 20 goals, easy.
Did he have a knock when he came off for Christmas?
So this is what I was about to say. Eddie Howe said he came off as a precaution because he felt a bit of his hamstring.
Okay.
But it's not a tear. It's just. I'm guessing it's just the smallest little thing, and you just got to take him off. You got Chris Wood who can do a job for 20 minutes, and I thought he did all right when he came on.
Yeah.
But in terms of Callum Wilson, how many chances did Callum Wilson have today? One. One goal.
Yeah.
That's why you take him to the World Cup. That's why, because you're playing against the creme de la creme today, and he had barely nothing, and he managed to put that goal away. And the one thing I will say is it's the actual goal itself, to get that pass, to get on from your right foot, to take that Man City defender, I think it's Ruben Diaz, out of the game pretty much, to be confident enough to hit it straight away on your left foot, past a goalkeeper like Edison. That takes a lot, and I think that just shows the quality of Callum Wilson. He, like Ramsey says, a really good point about the fact that, wins a couple of free kicks by getting his arse into basically the defender to win the fouls, win free kicks, brings other players into the game. We've seen that so many times. But today, didn't really have a lot to go with and still has Wilson on the score sheet.
Would you want Wilson going to the World Cup though? Taking that month if I was just a Newcastle fan and not an England fan,
like an Irish one,
then yes, of course I don't want him to go to the World Cup. But I think he deserves the chance to go to the World Cup. I think Tammy Abraham's a really good shot. I think he probably deserves a chance, to be fair, as well. However,
plays in a weaker league
potentially. And I think one thing I will say is that Dominic Calvert-Lewin seems to be the player that was always behind Callum Wilson. He's nowhere near as good as Callum Wilson, in my opinion. But let's see what happens. He's got to stay fit, keep him fit for these Premier League games, and who knows, two goals in 3. I think we'll play 16 Premier League games or something like that before the break. Let's see what he's on after 16 Premier League games, and then it'll be a situation that Gareth Southgate goes, I've got to take him.
Yeah.
But in terms of today, 1 goal, not a lot to do. 8.5, I think, for me. 8.5, 9, something like that.
Yeah, I would probably, not that I'm putting my scores in, but 8.5 for Callum Wilson today. Goal scoring machine, as the lads said. Keep him fit. A lot is agreeing. A good point as well, Carl's made as well, that he works with ESM so much better. And you look at when Chris Wood links up for ESM, it's completely, it's very, 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 very flat. We'll come on to Chris Wood in a second because he's one of the substitutes as well. It was the first. It was Sean Longstaff, wasn't it? It was a double. It was Longstaff and Wood. We'll go with Sean Longstaff for you. How do you think he got on? What was it, 20 minutes or so? Just under?
He got his 20-minute cameo. Again, he doesn't offer much.
Be nice.
I'm trying, local guy and all the rest of it. Yeah, the better of the two, Longstaff, yada, yada, yada. But again, he doesn't excite me like...
He was there to do a job. He was there
to do a job, but did he even do it? Like, I think when he came on, he misplaced something, or I remember just feeling, I hate that feeling when a sub comes on, and we have that too often. When Jacob Murphy comes on, we will get on to the second, it's the same. When Wood comes on, it was the same. So I remember feeling that feeling like, it's good.
Because we've got a championship bench.
Exactly that. So, yeah. I'm trying to be nice. I'll go with 7. I'll push being nice. No, more like a 6 probably. But yeah.
Is that peer pressure?
Listen, I'm trying to be positive today. Remember, you're bad cop today. I'm good cop because I'm still gassed. I'm still buzzing that we drew with Man City. But Longstaff, the subs come on. This doesn't offer much. Again, he's, like I said earlier before, that third position is up for grabs. Willock's got the shirt at the moment. Longstaff probably wants to prove a point or has to prove a point. He'll get a game against Tranmere next time round. And he has to prove his worth because otherwise you might get lost in this whole transfer saga as well. We've only got a week to go, so potentially we get Conor Gallagher in and he could be off. So
It's scoring them.
6.
We'll just keep one sub each, and then we'll get on Eddie. We'll get on to Eddie Howe. So Sean Longstaff is getting picked by 40, a 6 out of 10 for Sean Longstaff. We'll come on to Chris Wood next. Ramsey, I'll let you have Chris Wood.
Chris Wood. I can't. I mean,
It's like deja vu, isn't it? It's like deja vu.
I think he's being harsh on Wood because let's be honest, when he came on, the one thing Eddie Howe would have said to him is win the ball and try and just keep, give us let the pressure ease a little bit. And there was a couple of instances for where he did win the ball, as in the long ball. I think everyone's been a little bit harsh on Chris Wood at the minute because he's not Callum Wilson. He's never going to be as good as Callum Wilson, but he's there to do a job for Newcastle.
He costs more than Callum Wilson, by the way. Just put that.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chris Wood is there to do a job. He will not score. He might not even score 5
corn again.
No, but I'm just saying he might not score 5 Premier League goals this season. But what he might do is he will leave a little bit of pressure with 15, 20 minutes to go. We know how important he might have to be if Callum Wilson does get an injury this season. So let's not write him off and let's just give him a chance and let's see what happens going forward. But we do need another striker regardless. That's the one point I would make is that we still need another option. And is João Pedro that option? Who knows? But let's not ridicule him too much because he wasn't shit today.
Go on then, Johnny. I'll let you have Chris Wood.
He wasn't shit. Was he amazing? No. I'd go the same as what 40 gives for Sean, 6 out of 10. Just add about with Sean, by the way. He was there to literally stop the low block. That's all he was there to do. He was basically just there as an extra legs, bit of energy because Willock had tired. And to be fair, was he brilliant? No. Was he shit? No. He was just there to do a job because literally Willock had played 70 minutes and Wilson had played 70 minutes. You've got to remember that. It's a team game.
It is a team game. And you've got a nice, easy one in Jacob Murphy.
Jacob Murphy?
Not applicable, isn't it?
He's got an Irish name. So
does, yeah. 10 out of 10.
I thought he was talking shit as well.
I can't remember doing much. 6.5.
That's like his Newcastle career. Right, what was scored up? Sorry.
6.5.
I think you go non-applicable for him and Kraft. They only play about 10 minutes between the pair of them.
Yeah, we'll not even score them. I'm not even going to put a graphic on because I can't find the graphic, to be honest with you. I'm not scoring all the way through that. But we'll move on to the manager. And this is the use lot comments, get you in here. What is going to score Eddie Howe on the performance today and the results? So 40, take it away.
Performance today, again, near enough nailed it in terms of obviously the performance. Like we've battled and held our own against the best team in the Premier League, probably one of the best teams, well, arguably one of the best teams in the world right now. So for me, you get a high score. You've chosen a team that's unbeaten so far. And that sounds weird saying that. Even after 3 games, but it's still unbeaten in the league. And as I said, held our own. Defensively, we still looked a bit all over the shop, if I'm being honest. But going forward, yeah.
Consider the opposition, though.
Yeah, exactly. Considering the opposition, we've done ourselves proud, and that's the reason why we're all smiling here. It's the reason why we're. I know he's texted though, but again, it's the reason why we're all
just making sure that the graphic that I put on was right.
But yeah, solid 9.5 out of 10. Really good performance, and well worth the journey up here.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in and not sit in the fence anymore. I'm going to score my 9 out of 10 as well. I think I'll echo what 40 said. I think before the game, I think all of us on the table and people not on the table as well. Shout out to Liam on the floor. But I've took a point without a shadow of a doubt before balls kicked because Manchester City will rip open teams. And how many teams will score 3 against Manchester City this season? Not many. And I bet it's under 5, considering they'll play 50, 55 games this season. So yeah, I'll score 9. Ramsey.
Funny you say about how many teams will score 3 against Man City. We did it a couple of seasons ago. Shout out Steve Bruce. But remember the 4-3?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
There was no one in the stadium.
Was that worldie of a goal? What was that former Man City
I think
player?
there was crickets after he said shout out.
What was he
Steve
called?
Bruce.
What
Fucking hell.
was he called?
Torres.
Right, Ferran Torres. That was,
Yeah,
that was the only good game he had for Man City, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, no, as for Eddie Howe, listen, imagine being 1-0 down against Man City after 5 minutes. As a manager, that must be your worst nightmare. So the fact that we managed to rally back, his tackles were superb. I would love to see an Amazon All or Nothing on Newcastle and just see Eddie Howe behind the scenes. I'd love to see what sort of team talks he gives in that changing room. See if he's got a bit of Arteta about him. He's just
I just think the only thing that lets us down a bit, obviously, we've gone from 3-1 up to 3-3. Like, we're missing that bit of shithousery in our game where we just slow the clock down and just flipping waste time.
Diego Simeone.
Even if it goes to 3-2, like, we need to tell the boys, pass the message onto the pitch, Maxi, run it into the corner flags or...
Is it too early in the game to do that, though?
No, not at all. Like,
half an hour left. That's a bit early.
35 minutes, half an hour.
There's certain things like the dark arts of flipping shithousery is just shit like that. Do anything you can just to flipping piss players off. Like, Haaland loses his head easy. Why are you not pinching him or do just stupid shit like that just to piss them off? Like, it was easily worked against us. They was doing it to Bruno. They was doing it to
like Darwin Núñez at the night. Get him. Yeah.
There you go. That's it. So that's the only thing that's missing. That shithousery that would have got us maybe.
I know, but when the Trippier put that third goal in, he really just woke up Man City. And when you got all of them attacking like that, it's tough. Like it's really tough. It's like an onslaught. But I'm
just laughing because Sam's piped up. Hello, Sam has put the kids to bed. Has anybody mentioned 40's thighs yet?
what is that?
My thighs.
40's thighs. Oh, hey.
Sam, what's going on there, mate? Do you want to message me after this or what?
I think he wants to massage you later.
The mull and the massage.
Carry on. Sorry. I got distracted.
Can I talk about Eddie Howe rather than 40's thighs? Anyway, 40's thighs. I'd say Eddie Howe's got a lovely set of thighs. Now we're joking. No, do you know what the thing about Eddie Howe is that he would have looked at every minute detail in that Manchester City team for the whole week. And he's probably thinking, right, where are there any weaknesses? And I think the only weakness that they had was when, in terms of the counter-attack and how can we counter-attack this Man City team and really hurt them. And we did that. I think what we're realizing now is that we can really trust Eddie Howe more than ever. Like I say, some of the performances that we've put in since he's come in as manager has been absolutely phenomenal. You can tell he's learned from maybe mistakes that he'd done against when he was at Bournemouth, in the Premier League in particular. But yeah, he was brilliant. And the thing is, he probably would have said to Dan Bin, look, I'm going to have to play you left back. Get ready for it. It's going to be tough. This is what you're going to be up against. Remember, Riyad Mahrez didn't even play today. Riyad Mahrez was an unused sub, and I think a lot of people were probably expecting him to play, but he didn't. And he might have had to go, right, you've got another different type of player that you're going to be up against for the whole 90 minutes. And it's just little things like that where I think make the difference. I can't sing Eddie Howe's praises more than ever, really, because he has been brilliant. But I think if we had won, it would been the easiest 10 out of 10 performance. It's very, very close. I'll go 9 because of the fact of how well we did play as a team today. Yes, I do take. Yeah, exactly. I do take 40's point about the shit house. We do need to do that, and you do see the best teams in the world do that just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But we can learn from that. But what a game at St. James's Park!
Yeah, it was a fantastic game. Eddie Howe gets a 9 out of 10. So that was a very, very long video. We didn't expect it to be an hour and 10 minutes. Poor Liam's on the floor. It's just, is he all right, son?
He's got his pasta. He's fine.
Put it on camera what he's brought, man.
Yeah, there's always been people that call themselves like pasty guy. We've got pasta guy, or facile guy, as you want to call him. But this is from a shop.
Every little helps.
Yeah. Other shops are available, shall we say?
Anyways, yes, that's been Scoring the Players live down at our office. Thank you very much for 40. Thank you very much to Ramsey. Thank you very much to Johnny as well. Stay tuned. We have plenty more videos. Me, 40 and Johnny done a couple earlier on today as well, which we'll put out before the Tranmere game. So stay tuned for that. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.